Avec Halo Reach, nous allons enfin en savoir un peu plus sur la genèse de l'univers du Master Chief. En attendant la sortie du titre à la rentrée, jeuxvideo.com a assisté à l'avant-première du jeu à Paris. Niall Sankey et Brian Jarrard nous présentent l'ultime Halo du studio Bungie.
Halo Reach is our biggest Halo game yet. We have more different ways to play, more modes, and more features than we've ever had before. So for multiplayer, the entire campaign can be played with 4 people cooperatively over Xbox Live or System Link. We also have a cooperative game mode called Firefight. That's for 4 people to just jump right in and fight wave after wave of powerful Covenant enemies and try to get high scores. It's more like an arcade game. And we also have, of course, our competitive versus multiplayer that's for up to 16 people. We have over a dozen different game types, and all of these aspects can be customized by the player to create brand new game experiences and share them with the whole community on Xbox Live. You know, the beta was a huge success for us, so we got tons of feedback from fans, and we made a lot of just small adjustments to things like weapon placement on maps, to sort of some of the damage of a few of the weapons, some of the armor abilities we had to adjust, but the biggest feedback from most people was they thought Reach didn't quite feel enough like Halo 3, what they were used to, and they thought the game felt a little too slow. So in response to that, we were able to make the Spartans in Reach now move a little bit faster, jump a little bit higher, and give it a little bit more of a feel that players remember from Halo 3. One of the new exciting additions to our gameplay formula for Reach is called armor abilities. And these are special powers that the Spartans can pick up and use throughout the game. Some examples are like the jetpack that you can use to fly up in the sky. We have Armor Lock, which will allow the player to become temporarily invulnerable and protect them from damage. We also have the ability to sprint and run at double speed, or something like the Drop Shield that will create a bubble over your player and protect you from damage and also heal you and your teammates. So these armor abilities can be swapped out, they can be used repeatedly, and in a multiplayer game, each person on the team can pick different abilities and use them together to create some really interesting different types of gameplay experiences.
Halo, ce n'est évidemment pas que du multi. Dans Reach, l'histoire semble avoir été plus soignée que dans tous les épisodes réunis.
In the case of Halo Reach, it was really important for us to not only give the player an experience on the planet and really see this planet as a big, wide-open world that's full of life, but also individually each mission we felt had to be very unique and very memorable to the player. So as the player plays through, you'll see things like exploration. Obviously, this leads to larger invasionary battles against the Covenant, all the way up to an orbital sort of space flight, space combat with the Reach, and in the end, of course, you'll see also the destruction of the planet and fight with Noble Team through that experience. And since it's a prequel to Halo 1, sort of ground it more in sort of Halo 1 and the sort of experience that people had with Halo 1 of being on a big open world that was sort of fresh for adventure. And at the same time, even though we wanted to recapture that, we also wanted to take the series in sort of new directions with new experiences, like I said before, with orbital space combat and other things. That the nice thing about Reach is it offers people a lot of different ways in which to play the game. In the case of the campaign, the levels are built so that there's multiple ways for the players to approach the combat. We have things like armor abilities and loadouts where the player can play it multiple different ways and find their right loadout to sort of defend against the Covenant invasion. But at the same time, we really put a lot of time into putting even more sort of thought into the enemy AI and the friendly AI, but in particular we wanted this to be sort of more challenging than even the previous Halo games. And additionally, with of course co-op and online co-op and 4-player co-op, we didn't want the experience to get easier because you had more friends, but at the same time, we decided this time to automatically scale the difficulty of the AI so that the game almost becomes more challenging when you bring your friends in to play with you.
Et des amis, on ne va pas en manquer dans la Noble Team. En tout cas, ça faisait longtemps qu'on n'avait pas été autant surpris par un nouveau jeu Halo. Après un 3e épisode à moitié réussi, l'équipe de Bungie a visiblement mis les bouchées doubles pour réussir ce dernier opus. Le 11 septembre prochain, la planète Reach n'aura plus aucun secret pour vous. La laine des Covenants non plus.
Hey, I'm Brian from Bungie. I just want to say hi, Joy Video, and thanks for supporting Halo and Bungie.